With spooky season just around the corner, those with a Hulu subscription will be pleased to learn that the streaming service is overflowing with excellent horror offerings. From classic to modern horror flicks, there's something on Hulu for everyone. Join Trender as we take a look at the best horror movies on Hulu in 2021. Let the right one in. Those who can handle subtitles will find much to love in this 2008 foreign vampire flick that became a critical darling and was even given its own American remake. While the American remake left much to be desired, the original still holds up and is currently available for streaming on Hulu. Although the movie is centered on a couple of child protagonists, it's most definitely not for children. So be sure to look elsewhere when looking for spooky family fare. The Wailing. The Wailing is another foreign feature that sits amongst the cream of the crop when it comes to Hulu's plentiful horror offerings. The South Korean feature was critically acclaimed upon its initial release and is one of many South Korean horror films currently available for streaming on Hulu. Train to Busan. Those who have gotten a taste for South Korean horror with The Wailing and other South Korean Hulu offerings will certainly want to check out Train to Busan. While The Wailing offers haunting horror that stays with you long after the fact, Train to Busan offers pure thrills that will keep you on the edge of your seat throughout the film's duration. Having been released less than a decade ago, the film is already considered a legitimate zombie classic. Memories of Murder. While less of a horror film and more of a psychological thriller, fans of South Korean cinema should certainly check out Memories of Murder from director Bong Joon-ho. Bong is better known for helming the Academy Award-winning film Parasite, which recently made history by becoming the first South Korean feature to win Best Picture. The Host. The Host is another Bong Joon-ho feature that's currently available on Hulu. It would be a perfect choice for those looking for a terrifying foreign film with a unique sense of humor. It's about a giant monster terrorizing a family and features plenty of excitement, laughs, and emotion. The Omen. Hulu certainly has more to offer than just South Korean horror. Classic horror film enthusiasts will be excited to know the streaming service is currently offering 1976's The Omen. Directed by Richard Donner of Superman and the Goonies fame, the film's scariest scenes still hold up today. Take Shelter. Featuring stars Michael Shannon and Jessica Chastain, 2011's Take Shelter is an apocalyptic psychological thriller for those who don't mind a bit of drama with their horror. Beetlejuice. For those who like their horror with a bit of comedy, the cult classic 1980s film Beetlejuice may be the perfect choice. Considered by many to be one of director Tim Burton's best movies, the film also features a comedic performance from Michael Keaton that is sure to surprise fans of the actor's more recent dramatic work in films like Birdman. Southbound. Fans of independent horror who haven't checked out the 2016 feature Southbound should certainly take the opportunity to stream it on Hulu. The film is inspired by the old adage that Hollywood actors and actresses have to sell their soul to the devil in order to achieve fame. It takes the premise quite literally and to decidedly horrific effect. Odd Thomas. Odd Thomas is a comedic horror film from director Stephen Sommers, who previously directed The Mummy, The Mummy Returns, and Van Helsing. The film features Anton Yelchin and Willem Dafoe, and stands as one of the only feature film adaptations ever made of a Dean Koontz novel. Though the film wasn't majorly successful, it has developed a fairly strong cult following since its release. The Ring. While the world has become inundated with remakes of Japanese horror features in the years since 2002's The Ring, it still holds up today. Director Gore Verbinski later went on to helm the first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean films, as well as the computer-animated family comedy Rango. And he dabbled in horror once again with A Cure for Wellness. Despite having helmed many acclaimed works since, many fans still consider The Ring to be Verbinski's purest and most thrilling work. A big part of what makes the film hold up so much better than its contemporaries is Naomi Watts' moving performance. Bram Stoker's Dracula. While Francis Ford Coppola's take on the classic vampire novel isn't for everybody, the film's defenders have managed to elevate the film to the status of cult classic. It still manages to frighten, so long as you can get over Keanu Reeves' much derided British accent. Gary Oldman's performance as the titular villain is considered by many to be a career best, and there's a supporting turn by Tom Waits. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to give it a like, and subscribe to Trender for more. Rare Exports: A Christmas Tale. Like Tim Burton and Henry Selick's The Nightmare Before Christmas, Rare Export's A Christmas Tale is a rare holiday movie that manages to work just as well during Halloween as it does during Christmas. Unlike that beloved family feature, Rare Export's A Christmas Tale sits much more firmly in the horror category. However, its Christmas setting and imagery certainly make it a Christmas film as well. The feature from Finland takes inspiration from the legend of Krampus and makes Santa Claus scary. You're next. Those who enjoyed the recent Godzilla vs. Kong may be interested in checking out one of director Adam Wingard's earlier features, the unique slasher film You're Next. Turning the final girl trope on its head, the film offers a female protagonist put in a desperate situation but able to hold her own. It's an interesting slasher film with a surprising twist. Friday the 13th, Part 4, the final chapter. Those who prefer their slasher films to have no surprises whatsoever should check out this lamentable horror sequel. Although it's certainly not the most critically acclaimed film on this list, there's always room for some campy fun. Crawl. Crawl is a horror movie about murderous alligators in a hurricane from French director Alexandre Aja, who rose to fame with the feature High Tension. Since his genre debut, Alexandre has chosen to skew towards pulp, with Crawl being no exception. Those who enjoy grindhouse features will find much to love in this story of a girl being forced to do battle with a bunch of alligators in a flooded crawl space. The Final Girls. You're Next isn't the only Hulu horror feature that's aiming to put a surprising spin on the classic final girl trope. The Final Girls is a comedic horror film that was a critical success upon its initial release and is sure to make horror fans laugh. Saint Maud. Saint Maud is a recent horror film with psychological and religious elements from director Rose Glass. While it's a bit of a slow burner, those with the patience for dramatic horror will find much to appreciate about this well-executed period piece, including its memorable performances. Hellbound, Hellraiser 2. With the recent release of 2021's Candyman in theaters, Hulu subscribers may be interested in checking out another film inspired by the works of Clive Barker. Hellbound Hellraiser 2 may not be as fondly regarded as the first one, but it's got plenty of interesting gore effects. Gretel and Hansel. This recent Hollywood adaptation of the classic fairy tale attempted to make Hansel and Gretel terrifying again, and it succeeded in the eyes of many audience members. The trippy and surreal film offers some dark and macabre imagery, which means children likely shouldn't view it. 30 Days of Night. Those who like action horror may want to check out 30 Days of Night, a vampire thriller that was adapted from the comic book miniseries of the same name. The film features Josh Hartnett and Melissa George and has gained a strong cult following in the years since its original release. WolfCop. WolfCop is an excellent choice for those who like their horror to be a little tongue-in-cheek. The film is made to resemble a classic grindhouse feature and features plenty of gore. While it isn't likely to scare anyone not still in elementary school, its practical effects and interesting sense of humor could provide the perfect escape for college buddies looking to have some spooky fun over beers. The Lodge. The Lodge is another one of the more recent features on this list, and is more of a psychological thriller than a true horror. Those looking for real scares may be disappointed, but those looking for a haunting thriller with some effective dramatic performances may enjoy this film and its twist ending. Children of the Corn. Children of the Corn is another classic horror feature that's currently available on Hulu. The 1984 horror film explores what happens when kids turn against adults, and its horrifying imagery has haunted dreams for decades. There have been countless sequels and reboots over the years, but none can hold a candle to the original. Now it's time to hear from you. Comment down below to share if you've seen any of these terrifying horror films. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Trender if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.